Favorite time of the week, a little power rankings. Who moved up, who moved down, who deservedly is still at the bottom? Who is also trying to make noise? I don't know. It's going to be a crazy episode full of maybe surprises, but for once, are Kenton and Candace on the same page?
You are Locked On ACC, your daily podcast on the Atlantic Coast Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to today's edition of Locked On ACC. I'm your host, Candace Cooper, joined by Kenton Gibbs. Each and every day, you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you download and subscribe to the pod from wherever you listen. Make sure that when you are on the YouTube page, you hit that subscribe button and talk to us, and certainly leave a comment, because if you talk to us, we certainly talk back. Today's episode is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Kenton, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great as always. You know what I mean? We are moving into week 3. We're going to get these power rankings out the way because we got some ball to talk. And I want to talk these week 3 matchups because there's a few intriguing ones. We're now getting into that part of the season where schools are no longer playing the island of misfit toys university. So with that being said, I'm going to love to kind of get into some of these week 3 and beyond matchups because they're going to be important. And week 4 is always my barometer week. So,
well, we're only talking week 3 up to that point, and we're really only saying who has the most to prove based on said power rankings.
Sure,
so, I don't know how much ball talk will be, but I just want to set expectations for everybody before we get off the rails, because I know how you like to do.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow. You encourage my getting off the rails. Let's not lie here.
Look, if Bethune in Miami is your must-prove for week 3, then just say that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Miami can prove nothing to me in that game. Nothing positive.
It was the Boston College Florida State game. Okay. I see it. I see.
Castellanos, prove something to me, brother. Prove to me that you don't want Jeff Hafley to update that LinkedIn.
I see the vision. All right, we're going to go through power rankings here after week 2. We feel like some teams are in a really good spot. Some teams have a lot of room to grow. And as we've sort of changed the middle and in between there, we'd love to hear your thoughts, as we always do. So make sure you hit us up on our YouTube page. Give us your power rankings and all that fun stuff. So let's start at number 14. Holding steady at the bottom. Boston College. When you barely beat a team like Holy Cross, you stay at the bottom.
Absolutely. I mean, for you to have a situation where people are thinking to themselves, are we about to lose to an FCS team? A season where you lose to a group of 5 and FCS team to start it off? Oh, boy.
If he had lost to Holy Cross, he would not have made it. There would be a board meeting.
In the words of Usher Raymond, got me ready to sign them papers. I'd have looked into it, but you left me no option, Jeffrey. That's what they would have said. Immediately out there. They don't care what the buyout is. They would have paid it twice over. Just get him away from our football program.
Man, what a downward spiral that would have been. So Boston College holding steady at 14, but there's room for improvement. There's nowhere to go but up, right? Nowhere to go.
You can hold steady. You can hold steady. Or it's in Dante's Night Circle of Hell. It's that lowest one that get cold all of a sudden. It's in that one. But I'm gonna tell you this. They've got nowhere to go but up. You're absolutely right. If they win, if they go on a 2-game winning streak, they're probably gonna raise up in that thing.
They did not just tell you they're playing Florida State.
Not now. I'm saying, down the road. If they get to go on a 2-game winning streak down the road,
Okay. Right. Number 13 is Virginia. The JMU upset really pissed me off because, I'm trying. I'm finding a way. I'm trying to give you a bone here.
That was only an upset to ACC fans. Nationally, JMU did not cover the spread. The spread was 6.5. They were minus 6.5. They only won by 1. So technically speaking, Virginia got a moral win. They got a moral win out of this one. With that being said, a moral win against a group of 5 team is insane. That is insane. You got to win that game. You've got to come up with that game. I mean, they had. I will give them this. That freshman that they had out of all of this bottom group, that freshman that they had, that quarterback, he looked good. He looked good. He looked like he was ready to do some things. And I said, wait a minute.
Not talking about Musket, so just so
no. Musket was out. I thought to myself, there is no way under God's green earth that this little freshman is showing up ready to do something. Yeah. No way. And boy, was I wrong, because he actually did show up and kind of show out, I guess.
Yeah. Number 12 here. We've got a very familiar foe down the street, Virginia Tech. Had they beat Purdue, might have cracked the top 10, but beating Purdue was essential. And right now they're still that team that we see the potential, see the growth, but it's not quite there.
The Commonwealth is 3 weeks away from having to change their name to the Common Poverty.
And did you just see the recruit who was somebody from, I can't even remember his name, but he ended up committing to Georgia, and he's basically born and bred in the 757, all the things. And it's there used to be a time when you were in the 757 going to Virginia Tech was or especially Virginia Tech. That was end all be all.
Yeah, if you was from that Newport News, if you was from that Richmond, if you was from there, you were going to play your ball. If you were down at Virginia Beach, you were going to play your ball for Beamer. Bud Foster was going to be your defensive coordinator. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
And now, all those bad boys from Virginia, because they still produce. That's still a football hotbed. They still produce whatever they want up there.
That's now, water. Yeah.
That's now, hey, let Georgia get in here. Let Bama get in here. Let Clemson get in here. And then we'll leave y'all what's left. Y'all go ahead and take what's left, But we'll take the best, So with that being said, again, the Commonwealth, y'all real close to getting renamed the Common Poverty State, because this is bad. Y'all need to protect yourself.
Georgia Tech sitting at number 11. I think Georgia Tech won nicely against South Carolina State, but it was an expected win. Still want to see a little more from the Yellow Jackets.
And some people are going to say, how did they drop after a dominant win? Here's the thing, okay? Haynes King has looked phenomenal so far. I think Georgia Tech has the potential to shoot way up this thing. I really do. But looking at the totality of their first game against Louisville, kind of re-examining that with the combination of what they were last year, even through the second half, that was a 4-4 team, which you average that out over a season, 6-6 bowl game. Is that going to get you in the upper half of the conference? I don't know.
Hey, let me tell you, beating Ole Miss this week will certainly get you in the upper half of this conference.
Hey now, Georgia Tech, you got a big opportunity. You got, in the words of DJ Khaled, this looks like an opportunity, okay? Listen, y'all are in a situation where you cannot let the ACC down. The ACC has been whooping the SEC all around the yard.
And let me tell you, Ole Miss whooped Georgia Tech all around the yard last year. So this is a get-back game.
This is a different Georgia Tech team. Listen, Georgia Tech, all I'm saying is this. Nobody believes in you. Nobody respects you. The whole world is betting against you. The whole world is saying, hey, it doesn't matter where this game is played. It could be in Oxford. It could be in Atlanta. It could be in Oxford over in England. They going to whoop the wheels off you boys. What y'all prepared to do about it?
They definitely said Ole Miss -20 right now. So
minus a 3-touchdown spread. Listen.
Right.
I'm not nervous. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. Georgia Tech, what y'all going to do about it? Because I don't think that Ole Miss is 3 touchdowns better. But Absolutely can y'all go out there and prove it?
Yeah, 100% agree. Let's talk about number 10 here before we pay some bills. Syracuse having a good-handed win, over the weekend, but still not quite beating anybody that scratches the surface of, okay, you need to break the top 10.
With all due respect, Colgate and Western Michigan aren't going to wake me up. You know what I mean?
And to me, the loss of Aronde Gadsden, it hurts.
And I was just about to say, the loss of Aronde definitely hurts. But I'm going to tell you this. Garrett has looked phenomenal.
Go ahead and
looked phenomenal.
That boy has come a long way. Come on.
He is. And here's the thing. I can't relate to this because my team don't have this right now. He's making all the right reads. And I know that sounds like a simple thing. I promise you, in real time, when it's live action, when you got real 300-pounders flying at you, it hits different. Everybody thinks they got to figure it out. It hits different when everybody is moving at full speed, even if it is an inferior team. And Garrett Schrader has consistently placed the ball to who it needs to be place to where it needs to be. You're looking great. Keep it up. Y'all will keep climbing this list.
1,000%. And, we don't want to have a Aaron Donald, Geno Smith, oh my God moment. That'd be kind of crazy for Garrett.
It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes. You gotta, sometimes when you see a brother like that coming at you, I scream too. I wouldn't scream that though. When I scream, they wouldn't be able to play on TV. I would,
1,000%. Let's talk about our friends at Gametime. As mentioned, today's episode is brought to you by our friends at the Gametime app. Gametime is the place for last-minute ticket deals. Forget planning months in advance. Gametime has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. Gametime guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section in a row for less, Gametime will credit you 110% of the difference. It's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Get images of your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect before you arrive. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds. 2 taps and you're set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Snag the tickets without the stress with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Rocking and rolling with Kenton Gibbs here, talking through the power rankings. We got through the first 5. Now we've got Wake Forest sitting at number 9. Demon Deacons had a pretty good look once again, beating Vandy, a good decent SEC team. And now you're saying to yourself, all right, turn the page a little bit. Keep that streak alive, Kenton said. How many games they have to win this season? 8?
8. They got to win 8 to keep their 15-game in 2 years winning streak alive, which is, again, it's insane because of the 4-win and then 11-win season right after. Very crazy. But that's what Wake Forest is doing. They're consistently on their 15 march. With that being said, I think that Mitch Griffiths can get that done. I think that this team is looking good enough to get that done. Vanderbilt is not a decent SEC team. They're a bad SEC team.
I was trying. I was
fine. But it's okay because guess what? Wake Forest, y'all have gone and shocked the world plenty of times.
Yeah.
Y'all have gone and shocked the world plenty of times. There is no way that y'all are new to this role of, hey, a little bit of underdog status, a little bit of these nerds don't know how to play no football. Come on with it, Wake Forest. Come on with it, because some of the rest of the teams in North Carolina after this week, they looked a little funny in the light. They looked a little funny. So, just saying.
1,000% agree. Speaking of an NC team that is looking funny in the light, NC State number 8 looking at you. A big little fall. Than we're used to seeing from the Wolfpack that Kenton, I think, biasly puts in top 5, but it's fine. I think that the Wolfpack needed a good slapping. Hey, wake up. Football season is here. Mistakes can be made, but not to the degree with which they were made against Notre Dame.
I did not biasly put them in the top 5. I just expected a year 6 quarterback to not routinely throw in the double coverage. But in the words of philosopher, poet, entrepreneur Sean Carter, you can try to change, but that's just the top layer. Homie, you was who you was when you got here.
That's facts.
And Brennan Armstrong is exactly who we think he is. I'll tell you what, if I find a woman that stares me down like he stares down his number 1 option, wedding bells are in my future. That ring finger is going to be lit up, okay? Because but with that being said, that goes along with a myriad of their problems. For example, they're one of the, I want to say 5 or so teams in the nation to allow a 70-yard plus run in both of their first 2 games. How did that happen? What a shocker.
It's rich, isn't it?
So for NC State, for all the talent that people know that they have, especially defensively, with a defensive backfield that is experienced and deep and all that good stuff, this is still a team that has to go out there and prove it. And so far this year, they haven't proven much. Brennan Armstrong is your leading rusher and passer. Ain't going to get it done in this league, son.
Not even close. All right, number 7, the Pitt Panthers. Despite the loss, still feel like there's potential there. But, boy, don't knock yourself out of the top 10 after this week. I'm just trying to say.
Here's a very fun fact about the situation with Pitt. Mm-hmm. Brennan Armstrong and that transfer is looking like, oh my God, what did NC State do? Did they buy a lemon? But do you know who has the worst completion percentage in the entire ACC at the moment?
Can't be Phil Djokovic.
Oh, Philly Phil. Talk about some. If you a grown ass man, you shouldn't come to the games and boo me. Well, brother, when you playing like a hot 2-pack of ass, a grown ass man is gonna boo you. Okay,
Kenton.
That's just what it's gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop cursing. I'm sorry. I don't want us to lose our clean rate.
Please.
But you know what? I didn't go say
hot 2-pack of tail is crazy.
Hot 2-pack. I mean the hottest 2-pack. I mean just the reality is simple, Phil. I'm gonna call you Philip. Can I call you Philip? I'm gonna call you Philip.
Oh,
Philip,
Lord.
You got to play better, and then the fans will cheer instead of boo.
I think he has to relax.
Yeah.
He tried to do too much. Like Zen, we need Zen Phil. Where is Zen Phil? It's a Percocet Phil right now. Does that make you hyper or does that make you lower? I don't know.
Perks are a downer, not an upper. But
what's an upper?
You got a lot of uppers. I mean, you got the Rock, you got meth, we don't want to talk about that on there.
We need a skyrocket. He needs some rocket power, Phil.
There's booger sugar, there's all types of
right. We don't need see you're rabbit hole. Come back.
I'm sorry. I'm back with us. I'm back with us.
We need skyrocket Phil and we need less of we need the Zen Phil. Well, so wait. I'm confusing myself. We need the Zen Phil. Not skyrocket do too much and always try to do oversell it. Phil.
Yeah, we need downer Phil. Now, like you originally mentioned, that's the Phil you need. Yes. But with that
pushing P. Is that what that pushing P is?
Yes.
Okay.
Anywho, so Phil, I'm sorry, LOCKEDON ACC, but we're apologizing. We talked about a lot of drugs, a lot of cursing in this episode. We promise we're still for everybody. But with that being said, Phil Djokovic, embarrassing, bro. You're 23. You've been playing football for at least a decade or more.
Yeah.
You're not used to people booing when you're performing poorly.
Why even call it out though? Keep the main thing and focus on getting better and improving. And that's what you need to focus on, hitting your targets, buddy.
Hello. And I have never seen a quarterback that is as bad. They threw you a softball. I have not seen the question be answered this poorly since Teray asked R. Kelly, do you like teenagers? And he said, when you say teenage, how old are you talking? That's the last time I saw somebody take a softball and absolutely swing and a miss by a mile. The answer to that question, Phil, next time you get asked is, we perform poorly. These fans are invested in this university. They're invested in our success. So when we're struggling, I understand. It's going to happen.
Listen, it can get better. They're still at number 7, so not too crazy. Number 6, though. Welcome to the party, Louisville. Trying to drop into that top 5. The Louisville Cardinals handedly beat Murray State. Is it Murray State?
Yes, Murray State. Yeah,
okay.
Murray State.
Murray State.
How dare you forget John Morant's alma mater?
Well, I don't know. I kept. Yeah. Anyway, so I think that Louisville deserves it because of how they beat them. They defense was a shutout. Yeah. More important than that, it's time to take Louisville a little more seriously.
We've talked about admitting that we're wrong on this show before and again. Candace and I both lift a lot of weights, and I don't know
if I was wrong because it's only you always say we can't evaluate till after week 4. So
I'm not saying if you would have let me finish. See, now
you were trying to call me wrong.
That's not what I was saying. What I was saying was
I'm got to go ahead.
If Louisville continues in this regard, bring your tail back in the frame, please. If Louisville continues in this way, if they continue to win and dominate, we will have to admit we were wrong about Brown.
What were we wrong about? Because all I said was I didn't know what to expect. Run it back.
Because this team, we did not listen. We looked at Louisville fans and said, "Why are y'all so geeked up? This seems a little bit much." If we're asking why they're so geeked up and saying this a little bit much, and then all of a sudden they win 10 games,
you got to give them that guts. Because I just said they pipe it down. I said,
"Oh,
yo, you're doing a lot right now." Because all I remember saying,
the Nile ain't just a river in France no more. This is crazy. Yes, I know the Nile River is really in Egypt. It's a reference to the game. Anyway.
Oh my God. That's crazy. They've got a lot. Okay, listen. Okay. All I said was I need to see more. I don't know what I'm expecting. They could be a dark horse because I just don't know what I'm going to get. I didn't know what I was going to, and I still don't know week 2. Relax.
Right. It's week 2. Yeah, it's early. It's early. They're heading in the
Okay.
right direction. We'll give them their props. They're heading in the right direction.
Heading in the right direction indeed. Let's talk about FanDuel here just for a bit. Get ready for the NFL season. If MetLife Stadium is in the bad juju stadium, I don't know what to tell you as a Giants fan and clearly now as a New York Jets fan. Sorry about Aaron Rodgers. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed with our friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Now is the best time to join FanDuel. The app is easy to use, and you can bet on everything from spreads to player props and more. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season with an offer you won't want to miss. FanDuel is the official partner of the NFL. All right, we're landing this plane here with Kenton Gibbs, and we're talking through our power rankings and more importantly, who has the most to prove in week 3. Number 5, North Carolina.
Yeah, self-explanatory. I mean, their offense looks like it's the problem.
And that's crazy, right? Because wasn't Drake supposed to be on his Heisman campaign? I think what's something about North Carolina guys, when you start mentioning Heisman, it just gets real tricky.
You would think if you say, hey, I'm going to give you Drake May and I'm going to give you a back that's going to rush for 200 yards and average 10 plus yards per carry, they would look at you. If you said how many points are you going to score, they would easily say 40. Put up the 40. Oh, and it's going to be 2 overtime. They'd easily say, hey, 50. Give me 60. It's they're not going to be able to stop us all. Drake has looked mighty human. He's looked mighty human. He hasn't played terribly. Hasn't played terribly, but he's looked human. When everybody thought coming in, he's Superman in a baby bouquet. That's what everybody thought.
They're definitely going to need Montilus to come back from an offensive line standpoint. They need everyone to stay healthy. They need British Brooks back for sure. But it's just that defense can't stop a running. No, Nate Neal had it. I'm not going to get into it. All I'm saying is improvement must happen if they want to sustain themselves. And I get it's an in-state rivalry thing where you sort of just get amped up, especially if you're a team like App State. But they got to dial in and refocus because they got a big one against Minnesota this week. Let's talk about number 4 here, Clemson Tigers, who, yes, beat Charleston Southern. But the fact that Charleston Southern was even in the game makes it a little shaky for me. I'm still not impressed. Like, good top 4, but the whole ACC looked kind of janky this past week. I mean, can't even hold y'all. Except Miami, but like,
I'm not sold. I'm not sold at all. I'm not sold on this Clemson team at all. I'm not sold. No. But with that being said, I give Clemson the grace that I give everybody. It's only been 2 weeks. And your reputation is carrying you a little bit.
Absolutely.
But again, Deshaun Watson ain't walking through that door. Daquan Bowers ain't walking through that door. Dexter Lawrence, he ain't coming. But we still give you a little bit of grace because of the championship pedigree. But I'll tell you what, y'all can drop quick. Y'all can drop real quick. So figure it out.
Please don't ever mention Dexter Lawrence's name again. CC Giants fans. All the little shaking sexy Dex thing, save it.
Oh, not sexy Dex gotta go.
Ben should have left.
Sexy Dex.
Ben should have left. All right, Clemson has to play FAU this weekend, so like they'll be fine. Like,
will they?
All right.
I mean, we said against Charleston Southern, they're gonna destroy him out the gates. It ain't gonna be close. I'm trying
to hype it. All right, number 3, the Miami Hurricanes. Welcome to the party, Dang, I almost said Carolina. Welcome to the party, Cristobal.
Listen. Alex Dono is my main man from Locked On Hurricanes, and we chatted about this game beforehand, and he wasn't sure what to expect from this team. But this is a team that just made plays after plays after plays. When it looked like Texas A&M was finally coming back and like, oh, yeah, they're in the game now. Every time it looked like that, Miami just made another play. And so great to hear that Cam Kitchens is doing better. I don't know what the situation is there, but the way that they're talking, it feels like it's safe to say that he will play football again at some point. Not sure if it's this season, but he will play football again at some point is what it's looking like at the moment. So that's great to hear. This Miami team has got some momentum. TVD is looking phenomenal, looking amazing. And with that being said, this defense, they had their moments where there was some head scratchers, but all in all, they played enough complimentary football to come away with a healthy win against Texas A&M. So We got to put you up there for handling your business against the SEC. We love to see it.
You know what? Our YouTube friends, our favorite listeners, they already said, Kenton, they gave you a Kirk Cousins energy. Like, how you like that? Like, because they were just like, listen, you've been doubting us. The U is back and all the things.
Now, for all the doubt that I gave, who did I pick last week? Who did I pick? Come on now. Y'all got to give me my guts now. Listen.
You did not gig them.
Listen, anybody who knows me, shout out to Amy Willman, who works at WRAM. I hate the gig 'em thing. I hate it. I really hate it. It's so annoying. It's one of the most annoying things in the world to me. So with that being said, Miami, I believed in you. I believed in you.
You did.
We're going to see who you are this season. And look where you at on our power rankings. We really giving you your love. Giving you your love.
Okay, listen, it's right there. Don't embarrass us and come right back down, because I will put you right back down.
Don't let Bethune cook me cook now.
Okay.
Come on.
Now let's go to number 2, which Candace is going to stick her back up, puff her chest. The Duke Blue Devils sitting at number 2 on the road to 10 victories, because Candace finna get $300. Got to face.
Dude, can y'all please stop? Please. I'm poor. Journalism is all I got right now. I can't afford for y'all to win 10 games.
They're on the right track, and they're about to be 3-0 while you're playing.
I'm going to have to be washing dishes.
And that's what you get, because you puffed your chest all big and mighty and try to tell me where I was. And look at the Blue Devils go. The first game out the gate, no one believed. Now they're sitting 2-0.
They're absolutely going to be 3-0. There's no way that Northwestern wins that game. With that being said, the defense is physical. Riley Leonard is a star. This team, they've got the goods. Their offensive line is a big part of why they have the goods as well. I mean, they've got dudes all across that thing. And so this team could actually do something special. They could do something special. And you got to beat the man to be the man, and they beat the man. So that's why they're number 2.
Sitting at number 1 still, Florida State University, who is having a hell of a season so far. They are dominating their games. They're imposing their will. And I think for Mike Norvell, this is a very interesting time, because he's able to curate winners. And before, it was almost like he had to figure out a way to rally the troops. And now it's how can you contain the troops and make sure they lock in each and every week and don't slip up. So I think that's the biggest task right now is on Norvell.
You know, this team is extraordinarily talented. And I mean,
wall to wall. Yeah.
It's
not there.
The best addition out of the portal in all of college football, Keon Coleman, by a mile.
Clemson got to be punching themselves.
He just keeps embarrassing folks.
Cade and Keon would have been lightning. Thunder and lightning. Okay, all right. I tried. Cade. I tried.
Cade is playing like a true sophomore out there. No, but seriously, Florida State has been dominant, so there's not really too much to say in terms of who they are, who they aren't. That running game is phenomenal. Their ability to do what they do through the air is phenomenal. Hey, give them all their love, give them all their respect. They're one of the best in the nation right now.
Agree. That is our power rankings for the week. Now, week 3, quickly, most improved, because I think as we go through these rankings, of course, there are teams that you hope to have really strong finishes as we continue to progress through the season. But for me, as we mentioned, Louisville sitting in that middle of the pack, beating an Indiana, a good, decent Indiana team, certainly will put you in prime position to be in that top 5.
Yeah, I feel you there. And I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of teams that I look at this week. And again, this is one of the first weeks where we're looking at teams and saying, okay, you're no longer playing the island of Misfit Toys University. Pitt in that backyard brawl. How do you recover?
Yeah.
How do you recover? Because I'm going to tell you, I was high on Pitt. I gave Pitt all that love.
Yeah.
And I should have known. I told y'all last year about Phil body language. I should have knew right there. He's not the guy. But I thought Phil is a front runner, and they're going to be in the front a lot. If they're in the front a lot, he'll be okay. And boy, do I look wrong. Boy, do I look funny in the light right now. Phil, that game means everything to Pitt. That game means everything to them. Don't you let them down. Don't you let me down, Phil. More important than the fan. Because I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna boo you. I'm just gonna lose all faith in you. That's it. I ain't gonna boo you. I ain't gonna sit there because I'm gonna tell you, me personally, I too don't enjoy going to games as a fan all that much because I don't like dealing with drunk folks. That's just me being honest. I enjoy going as a member of the media. I enjoy going as a player. I don't really enjoy going as a spectator. With that being said, Phil, again, I ain't gonna boo you. I'm just gonna knock your team down about 10 on this list. Congratulations, brother. You're down there with Boston College. Congratulations.
Yeah, right? Okay. I feel that 1,000%. But not only Pitt, I think that, we're talking about teams that need to show us something. Virginia Tech, who has to face off against Rutgers, halfway decent. We're talking about SEC defeats. We need to get some Big Ten action in there. Purdue was one that got away from us. Syracuse luckily has them. And we all know who that Syracuse-Purdue game went last season. But to me, Georgia Tech and Ole Miss, because we're very high on Georgia Tech. You got to show up strong.
I'm not sure if that's a game. I'm not sure if that's the one to say Georgia Tech got a lot to prove. Listen, hear me out.
Come on. We cannot be so high on key if you can't even have a strong showing. You got to have I say you got to win. I didn't say W. I didn't say win. You hear me clear?
Oh, yeah. They'll have a strong showing. Okay. Ole Miss will not cover that 20. They will not cover that 20.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They won't
absolutely
cover that 20. No,
absolutely not.
No. So, I don't. Now, if we're talking win outright, hold on.
We haven't done our poll and predictions, so we'll do that tomorrow with the fans as we talk through. We'll go live and do all the things, but we have it down. In our opinion, who's most proved. You let us know who has the most proved this week, who you're high on, our rankings, who you think that we misplaced and all that fun jazz. But we always love it when you guys talk to us. We certainly talk back. We can't wait for tomorrow's episode. We're going to reveal week 3 where we're all lying here. We'll have our he said, she said, and what the fans said. So make sure you check that out. For Candace Cooper and Kenton Gibbs. Until next time.